All right, all right, all right. Welcome everybody to the Collecting Brothers. Today we're kind of doing a little bit of a different episode. It's not our weekly, not a review. Um, just kind of continuing our conversation that we had during our weekly this week about Dorkside Toys. So lots going on right now with Dorkside Toys. If you've kind of been reading some comments, seeing other people's posts, um, things are happening.
Yeah, and that's why we're doing this, just to make sure
Yeah,
that people know about this and
yeah,
they don't kind of get ripped off. So it's just kind of just like a community PSA for the toy collecting community to kind of just stay away from Dorkside
stay
for
vigilant.
now. Yeah, and just kind of stay away with them right now.
Mhm.
I don't care. You better come Hey! Hey! Why are you running? Why are you running?
So right now here we have Dorkside Toys, their website. They were promoting, and usually Dorkside always has a Black Friday sale, with huge discounts, really really good discounts, free shipping. This year though, they added the caveat of all sales final, and
Which is very odd because I look back how long I've been shopping from Dorkside, and I first started ordering them in 2017. So I've been a customer for theirs for 5 years now, and I've never seen that caveat of all sales are final.
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
it just like with any liquidation sale, like like when Kmart went down,
Right,
when Shopko went down, that was the thing. It's like also final because it's not a sale, it's a liquidation sale.
right. You can't return it because the potential that store is gone. And if we look over here at the Black Friday store sale that they had gone on, this is basically the exact same sale pages that they had. I'm finding it hard to find anything new that was added, anything lower
Yeah,
discounted.
it's like old.
Yeah, so it is kind of interesting that this is what they're promoting as their Black Friday sale, which is very it's out of character, right? This is not normal.
And it's like a bunch of junk, like a bunch of shirts, like bags, like pops. Usually they have like new waves of figure, well, not new waves, but like a couple ways back of figures that kind of
Mhm.
just moving on because they're getting the new stuff in.
Right.
Um, so yeah, it's very odd just because like I literally, like any sale Dorkside's ever had, I feel like I've always gotten like an order in just because they've always had good deals. Um,
Right. 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 Yeah.
and and I think that's the next point I want to bring up is I was talking to you about it. I was saying like, oh my gosh, I love Dorkside. Dorkside is king. Like I was telling you, like Dorkside is king. Remember?
Right. We were getting ready for
Just
that Black
because,
Friday sale.
well, I was saying they were king just because of how many good sales they were
Oh
having.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But now that I think about it, some people were saying like because of the increases in prices, Hasbro is kind of, I feel like, contributing to their hardships because they must be selling at such a huge loss when they're selling those figures to us, like DC
Yeah.
Multiverse for $10, Black
Yeah.
Series for $10, Legends for $10. Like that's how much they were selling them for. Whereas prices have gone up, but their sale prices honestly have not gone up. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
still $10 when they were 20, and they're $10 when they're 25.
Yeah.
So I think Hasbro's price increase maybe has contributed a little bit to this.
Potentially, yeah, that's true. Well, they're just not getting a big enough return from their items.
Yeah, too big of losses. Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Another interesting thing that we're noticing is, or at least that I noticed, is that Shartimus Prime, everyone, YouTuber, toy reviewer, really cool dude.
King.
Um, yeah, his videos no longer have the dork side promotions anymore. So he's no longer adding at the very front of the video, get your toys at Dark Side Toy. Like those are gone. And we saw the exact same thing happen back when he was promoting with Megalopolis. He was promoting them, and then out of nowhere they stopped. And a couple months later, Megalopolis was out of business.
hmm So yeah, just kind of like some disturbing trends that we are both seeing when you look at Megalopolis, what happened with them and Dorkside. So it's pretty disturbing
Yeah.
that this is going on.
Um,
Um, yeah.
so, but we're also getting reports from the community in regards to another similarity between Dorkside and Megalopolis. Another thing that Dorkside does do, though, that I forgot to mention was that they don't have sales taxes, and usually that only happens if your company's smaller, right?
Mhm. Yeah, where like the government doesn't really care too much to kind of go
Collect,
after you,
yeah, to go after you. And so there, what Dorkside has never charged taxes,
and they
um,
still don't. Yeah.
still don't. And so that was kind of interesting. That's something we maybe potentially contributed to this. I don't
Mhm.
know, but
So something else too is like I would say maybe a year ago they started to offer T-shirts,
mhm.
um, and like nobody bought those T-shirts, and
Yeah,
I think maybe
yeah,
they're kind of branching off. They're like maybe saying like, oh, maybe toy collectors will want to have fandom
that's
T-shirts from
true.
Star
And
Wars, Marvel,
yeah, we talked about that. How like why are they selling
and
shirts?
they've just all gone like straight to sale liquidation for like $5 a pop, right? And these are
Yeah,
like really nice. I got some for $5 from them. They're like really nice graphic tees with multiple, layers. They're like Star Wars branded, Marvel
right.
branded,
Good
and
prints.
exactly. And selling them for $5, that's got to be a loss. And it wasn't just like
Yeah,
one; it was like their
all of
entire
them.
catalog, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and then another thing that Dorkside did is they this I think this was last year potentially. I don't know the exact date,
It was
but they
fairly recently. Yeah, within the last year. Yeah, I
yeah
would
they
say.
they opened a brick and mortar store. They opened a Dorkside Toys store. I'm pretty sure if you go back on their Instagram, you'll see their actual store, and you probably maybe have visited.
Mhm.
Don't
Yeah, it
know.
was somewhere in the East Coast. I don't know
Yeah,
exactly which state, but
I think it was Louisiana. I don't know, but yeah, they opened an actual brick and mortar store. And whenever you open a brick and mortar store, the cost of that is a whole nother cost that is potentially not present for you as an online retailer.
and I think that's what the biggest factor to Megalopolis was, that they were forced to close down and still pay rent
Right.
when COVID
When
happened.
COVID happened,
And
yeah.
I think that's what ultimately killed them too.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
Okay, so now we're gonna go on to some comments that are on Dorkside's Instagram page, because there's a disturbing trend of just people complaining that they're not getting refunds on orders,
Mm-hmm.
um, especially for pre-orders that they ordered like a year ago, and that several customers have emailed them and they're just not getting emails back, or they're getting saying like, oh, we're going to refund you, and like 3 weeks passed and they still have not
Right.
gotten a
Nothing
refund.
happens. And that's the exact same thing that happened with Megalopolis.
Exactly.
And
And another thing to point to is, Dorkside has always done this, so this is not like out of the ordinary, but when you made a pre-order they charge up front. So like if you made a pre-order, they charge you right then and there. It's
mm-hmm.
not like other companies where they charge, and that could be because they're a little smaller company, right? And so
Right.
they just
Yeah.
charge up front to get that order in. And they've kind of always honored those pre-orders, even though you pay up front, you'll get them eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But people have like pre-ordered things a year ago, like from we're gonna read, and they haven't gotten anything or even their money back.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's look at these comments here. These are on Instagram. These are on the accounts. Luckily, right now, Dorkside has not disabled comments, which
And they most likely will in the future, because
yeah,
that's what Megalopolis said. Yeah,
that's
that's a good
exactly
point.
what happened. So here we have the horror guy. He's like, they're saying I was going to order from these guys, but heard some disturbing things about this company, so decided not to. Wish we have the official Henshin Studios. Wish Dorkside would take some time to be transparent with their customers, but no, let's have a sale with all sales final. Again, they're picking up on those little clues there. We have another one, Chava Oro Bressa. Do not buy from them. They will never fulfill orders, but will charge your card. There's that whole pre-order thing and not getting the accounts
Are
back.
you alive? Are you all right? I love that one.
Darth JP, he's worried about them. He's worried about them. And then Plastic Connoisseur, he says it's crazy hearing all this stuff. I'm wondering if it's a vocal minority, if it's a vocal minority or symptomatic of something that has been growing. The only pre-order or order I have ever had an issue with was the DTS Watcher figure. The ship date kept coming and going, and I eventually lost interest in the figure, so I canceled the order. I mainly use them for their sales, which is what we do. I've never really had an issue with them, and so
See, that comment right there, though. That comment right there is why I wanted to do this video,
mm-hmm.
is because there's so many people just like the Plastic Connoisseur, and no blame to him, right? He's just always had good experience with him. But like I'm telling you right now, guys, we have a email that I was sent from a former employee from Dorkside that like
kind of
I'm almost like 99% sure that the ship's going down. Like there's no saving this thing. There's nothing. And so that's the problem. You know, they have built up a customer loyalty for the past 5 years, and so if you've done business with somebody for 5 years, you trust them, and you don't think these type of things will happen, but they do. And so that's why I want to do this video, because people like that might get screwed over.
Right, yeah, where they have that good experience. And here we have a reply to Plastic Connoisseur by Darth DJP. He's saying it's a recent issue, right? I've had multiple good experiences, and most recently one about a month ago, but I would be skeptical of ordering today unless the smoke clears. And yeah,
that's a wise man.
Yeah, Darth is speaking. We're on the same wavelength as Darth here. Check out our weekly. We're kind of talking about the same thing there. I'll go ahead and read Tony Dillard 314. His comment says, "Can someone fill me in on the drama?" Again, like, a lot of people aren't aware of what's going on, because not everyone is, that's all they consume, right? A lot of people do things and just kind of casually collect, and so they're trying to see these comments and they're like, "What the heck's going on?" But Jesus Castillo says, Jesus Castillo says, people aren't getting refunds through PayPal. Orders are getting sent weeks late, stuff like that. Red has more information. I've personally never had a problem with this store, but the number of complaints probably means I was one of the lucky few. Yeah, and so, again, we're having a very, both ends of this conversation, where people are literally losing their money, and people are being like, "Whoa, I've never heard of that." So we have these two conflicting ideas. How can we resolve them?
Yeah, what it seems like to me is that a lot of people are getting screwed over the pre-orders right now, whereas because the last sale, my order came in and it was fulfilled. Right. I would say, if you do have an open pre-order, I would go and cancel it, not through Dorkside, but I would cancel it through your credit card and just say nothing came. Right. That's what I would advise everybody to do if you have current open pre-orders with Dorkside.
And because wasn't it with Megalopolis that if they created a ship, if they shipped it, if they created a shipping label, then it's like they sold it to you, right? So if you don't have that yet, you still have an option with your
not only that, but Megalopolis was also shipping broken toys, and so but then you try to go to your credit card and they're like, "Oh, but they delivered something to you."
Right, you got it.
They did, but I can't return it because they closed and it's freaking broken.
So yeah, again, we'll go ahead and hit to the next comments here. Again, Darth JDP is kind of on the ball here. He's kind of spreading that good news. But Toy Habit says, like the PayPal pre-orders you refuse to refund me or even talk to me about, those seem pretty final too. Again, that's what Megalopolis did. They were giving people the runaround, right? You would email them,
exactly,
you have to call them, you have to keep hounding the company, and nothing. You just get oh, it'll come this week, and then those weeks come and nothing, and so oh, we got to do it this way, or we have to. Here's your code. This, right? They're just kind of giving you the runaround. The Corn Fox says, "I'm surprised they haven't blocked you."
Soon they're going to disable.
Yeah. I think that's probably the next step. As this gets closer and closer, they potentially will start disabling comments.
And that's why I screenshot these, because all these comments are from the last 2 posts from the Black Friday sale and another post they did, and it's kind of all just recent.
Yeah. So it's a lot of guy. We got fat guy on a couch. Don't do it. This is in all caps. Don't do it. Instead of being transparent, they're being cowards and keeping your money, ignoring people, etc., etc. Sounds like he's been burned before, or they have been burned before. I don't know. So, again, just so many more responses here. Notice how they just no longer respond to comments, because they used to respond to people, huh?
Oh yeah, and they would have funny banter, they would hit you with a joke or hit you with a funny, and now they don't respond anymore.
That is interesting.
Yeah, that's a good obsessive fan guy. That's a good point.
Yeah, interesting. All right, include them with the orders from your what are they? I'm not sure what they're talking about there. But we have the Black Fig Collector. He says, "Love my shirt. Wore it this weekend." And then someone replied to him. Cyric 2002 says, "It'll be a relic soon. They'll be out of business by next year."
True that.
I don't know about next year. I think sooner, but just how quickly Megalopolis went down. But maybe they have a little more backing. But
next year is what? It's only a month.
It's only a month away.
He's right. He's next year, about a month. Give it up.
Yeah. All right. So again, a lot of more people just saying that no response from emails.
Right there. One more point right there. The Chava Oropesa. He says he has had a pre-order fulfilled in a year, and he wants a refund and store credit. That is a really good point, because Megalopolis tried to pull this too, and Dorkside will probably try to pull this too. When they offer you a refund, Oh, they'll try to offer you store credit. Never take it. Take the full refund. Like take a cash refund. Because something Megalopolis even tried to do, they would offer you like $5 more than your refund in store credit. So like if you bought something for 50, they'd be like, we're gonna give you $55 store credit.
Mm-hmm.
And so like a lot of people will be like, sweet,
Right,
$5
more money.
extra.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna buy it toys anyways. But definitely do not take store credit from them.
Because it will just become worthless once they're out of business.
Exactly. Because exactly.
Yeah, they're just basically taking your money.
Mm-hmm.
They're just keeping your money. So
yeah.
All right, we got some more here. The End is Nines, Cyric 2002. Again, 2002, yeah. Let's see what Toy Habit says. Who you promised a refund to and then have been ignoring for over 3 weeks? Again, it's a recent thing.
Yeah, it's like within the last month.
Corn Habit says check their terms of services. They also how do you place a $350 order and then cancel it unless it was a I'm not sure. Pre-order. Oh, pre-order. Multiple pre-orders totaling $350, all paid with PayPal. Tried to cancel one. They told me they would refund by check. Ew, that's sketchy.
That's
sketchy. That's some scammer stuff,
mm-hmm.
After a month, I asked for all my money back since they haven't done the one order, and now they are ignoring him.
And that's another thing too. Dorkside has always, since their inception, since I've been shopping them from 2017, they've always accepted PayPal. And I would say maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, they stopped. They sent an email to everyone saying we're no longer accepting PayPal. And it didn't seem like anything to be too worried about, just because I know that PayPal takes a percentage from all the sales. And so it's like, oh, they just want to save more money, because the Horsemen do that, right? The Horsemen don't accept PayPal just because they wanted to keep all their revenue.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm thinking now that maybe they're having issues with PayPal, like because PayPal works as like a security blanket, right?
Yes.
And so for any pre-orders, PayPal's always like boom, like in a day they're gonna give their customers back their money, and so Dorkside's like losing all that money.
But then,
and so they wanted to like screw people over that way, I think.
Right, but PayPal gives their customer their money back, but then goes for the company's money, because they're like, no, you owe that money to us because we paid out your customer.
Yeah.
Now, if people start making these complaints that, hey, this company isn't fulfilling our orders, PayPal's having to dish out all that money and they're not getting anything back. So they're going to talk to them or potentially cut them off.
They do get it back.
Okay.
So like I sell on eBay, I sell some figures on eBay, and no matter what, even if you refund the money, they always keep their piece. Even if you return an order, they'll always keep the percentage. But no, I just think they just wanted to get rid of it just because it's an extra security blanket for customers. Like that's the whole point of PayPal, right? That's the whole essence of PayPal is you pay that premium because it protects customers.
Yeah. And they're just like, we just want all the money, and if they don't get their money back, then that's okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's super shady if that's the case.
Yeah, it was just recently, like I said, 3 or 4 months ago, they got rid of PayPal.
Wow. Oh yeah, again, a lot more here from the Toy Habits, the Corn Fox. A lot of people. Let's see. We have Post V Bob Beeb. Says, so you pre-ordered $350. Oh, okay, that's just more of the $350 stuff.
Yeah, this is kind of just like him explained like what we've been talking about, where they charge up front and now people are getting screwed because they're not getting their money back.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the meat here.
I messaged around just other collectors, like in the comment section, just asking them about their experience, what's going on. And somebody got back to me and was saying like, hey, I actually I was once a former employee at Dorkside. And he sent this to me and he said, Dorkside Toys is dead. Full disclosure, he used to work here. And this is allegedly, right? We don't know, but
we haven't confirmed
it does check out to me. Yeah.
But
of course we can't confirm that.
Yeah, we're taking it on good faith, and let's go over it.
So he says, ordering anything from Dorkside right now is playing with fire. Maybe it ships, maybe the FBI seizes the warehouse first, which is crazy, right?
Wow.
Maybe the few remaining employees that are left stop showing up. If you have store credit, use it now. If you have any outstanding pre-order, cancel it with your bank or your credit card. Your pre-order ain't coming. Facts, yeah. Because people are complaining that a year out that they haven't gotten anything.
Yeah.
Don't even waste your time emailing. Dorkside cannot issue refunds because they are massively in debt and locked out of their accounts. So that's why there's no refunds being issued, because they're locked out of their. Because the banks probably seized their accounts, which is crazy. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened to Megalopolis.
Megalopolis, they did.
They got
Yeah.
locked out of their accounts too.
Yeah.
Dorkside used to be a good business and a fun place to work. It stopped being all that a while ago. Greed and incompetence took over. There was a coup in the management ranks. Outside infiltrators gained influence, and Eddie, the owner, which I looked it up, and that actually is the owner's name,
Okay.
thought he could run things without his longtime partner. So there was like two partners, and they were like friends, and they like loved toys together.
Mhm.
And that owner, and I looked it up, I verified it, and that's true. There was like a falling out between the owners.
Wow.
So spoiler alert, he couldn't run the company. What's happening right now is karma. The story will come out sooner or later, but it's not my story to tell. I make this post to stop people from being ripped off as Dorkside continues to operate as the ship goes down. It may look like a business as usual right now, but sooner rather than later, there will be a tipping point and no more orders will go out. And this one's cool too.
Oh man.
This one's crazy too. P.S. And oh yeah, we totally got the major blood that broke the action figure internet from Dorkside. Hasbro shipped a rogue case they sold them to employees and friends. Now that's crazy too. That's true because that case got out like almost like maybe 6 months before it was supposed to be released, and they were like selling them on eBay and stuff. And he says it was from Dorkside. That's what he says.
That's crazy. So
yeah, just with this, like I think things are going down.
Yeah, with the amount of information this person is presenting, and
plus all the dots that me and you've connected in this video,
right? Yeah,
it all points to one conclusion.
Right, that right there is the mail. Now let's talk about the mail. Can we talk about the mail, please, Mac? I'm dying to talk about the mail with you all day, okay? Pepe Sylvia. This name keeps coming up over and over again. Every day, Pepe's mail's getting sent back to me. Pepe Sylvia, Pepe Sylvia. I look in the mail. Well, this whole box is Pepe Sylvia.
They're going out of business. They're going down. Like this person said here. And again, we're not able to confirm, but everything's lining up here. And we're checking it. Josh went ahead and checked all that information. We'll make sure that it was actually accurate as much as we could. Of course, we're not actually there, but this is it. They're done. This is it, man. Oh my god.
Dorkside is done, and just as toy collectors as a community, it is sad because Dorkside has been with us for a while now, and they've kind of always served the community pretty well, I would say, with their sales. And it's sad now because, like, what does that leave? Who's left for us now?
Big Bad and
Entertainment Earth.
Entertainment Earth. That's crazy.
And it's bad for us too, just because you want more competition, because that way it drives sales, it drives better things for as a toy community. Because like when we had Megalopolis, Dorkside, EE, and Big Bad, four big retailers, and they're all competing against each other, and it's beneficial to the customer in the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so this is crazy, man. Another one down, another one just knocked out. And where Megalopolis got taken out by COVID, sounds like Dorkside got taken out by inflation from COVID.
That's true. I do think it is, because of inflation. Just the
cost got too high.
The crazy sales that they were doing, like I was like, these sales are so good. Like I was ordering so much toys, and then they have to be taking a loss on those things.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, think of all the Eternals figures that like GameStop, everyone took a loss on. Target.
You can get those at GameStop right now for $450 each. They're all still at games $450. Oh my goodness! I picked them up for $10, and I thought that was a good deal.
I know.
I know they were going. I've never seen Legends go to $450. Never in my life. Like I've seen 6, 7, but $450 never.
It is crazy. So. It's sad. It is kind of sad that we're losing another retailer. But it is what it is. It sounds like potentially it was karma. These people tried to get a hold of this company and didn't do it right.
Exactly. According to this email, the partners kind of had a falling out, and then one partner left, and then
ruined the store. Ruined it.
Yeah. Because you never know. Maybe he was just maybe a big fan, and the other guy was like more of the business aspect.
Right, yeah.
If you don't have the business aspect, it's gonna go all to
you
hell.
Don't get it. And then if people start influencing the person who's like, I can do it myself, they're like, yeah, we'll back you up. Gets in that position and doesn't know how to run things, and now your store's dead.
It's true. And I think that's a good point, because a Megalopolis, when they were doing it was like a family run, and it was two brothers, and that's what I always thought was weird too. It was like a lot of nepotism going on, where they were hiring their wives, their sisters, cousins. And so when I would go there, there'd be 5 kids in a room with a TV playing games, like being babysitted, whereas like the mom was like
Right.
running the counter, but not really. Like she was taking care of her kids, like eating
Right.
lunch, watching movies. Like they had this crazy setup in the back that like it was just like bad business. You know, you don't want to
Yeah. No.
have so much family in business because you'll treat them too soft sometimes.
Yeah. And your customer service suffers. Your reputation suffers. So interesting that we're having another one go down. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, go ahead and share this. Try to get this to as many people. Like you don't even have to share this video. Just let people know that cancel pre-orders through your credit card. Use your store credit if you have it.
Yeah.
And just let's not buy anything.
Steer clear. Yeah, steer
stay
clear.
away. Maybe they make it out. It doesn't look good.
I doubt it. I wish. I honestly wish.
We do. We definitely want the best for that because we do love this store. And so again, it's sad for us, but it doesn't look like it's happening. All the things are pointing to a repeat of Megalopolis. So I wonder if we could check in on the brick and mortar store, see how that's doing. If that closes, that's it.
Yeah, and we'll keep you guys updated. Like if we find any other information, maybe we'll do a part 2 of this kind of series.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, should we end it here?
Yep, that's gonna do it, guys.
Thanks for watching the Collecting Brothers, and stay safe.
Peace.